Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the High Octane Obsessions YouTube channel. Here we have part one of a two-part video. I filmed the earlier part before on my phone and the second part on my camcorder as the storage filled in my phone. And unfortunately the file got corrupted as I tried to upload it to my computer to put on YouTube. So I'll do a quick redo of the video showing some of the cool stuff I have here. And give it an explanation of something that's shown on the second video. Here you see my retro gaming setup, and my VCR and so forth. A lot of cool items. For those unaware, I run wrestling shows and I'm a pro wrestler here in Cowra, New South Wales. And I run an annual cancer charity show. Here we see some of the posters for previous ones. Been running wrestling here since 2013, but running cancer charity shows since 2022. Unfortunately, I lost my girlfriend, Emma, to cancer in 2021. She was a beautiful woman and we were planning to get married, and a lot of my future died with Emma. But I'm here still and I'm doing good things for society, raising money for Emma's cancer charity, which is run by her family, and it raises money for early detection scopes to detect oral cancer early enough that people can get treatment when they need to. Because, it's a very fast-acting, aggressive cancer. Here you see some photos of my beautiful girlfriend Emma, lovely dog Harry, who's also since passed away. My family, super cool stuff. A lot of this is Emma's collection here, a lot of her old stuff. And some of my favourite DVDs, a couple of shows we run. A documentary my friend Nick gave me, Over the Top Rope, about Australian wrestling, Super Showdown. I went to that with Mum in Melbourne. Secret Garden, the first movie I ever saw at a cinema. With my mum here in Cowra, the cinema since shut down. A lot of cool stuff. Napoleon is actually the reason that my family now are a Labrador family. We saw this in '97 when we first got our video player. That was one of the first videos we ever hired, and we fell in love with Labradors after that. And I grew up with an 18-year-old Labrador named Benji, and now I've got a 12-year-old one named Bobby, and a several-month-old puppy named Missy. So it's giving a bit of an idea of the world of James High Octane Lanham before I show you the lead into the other video. And yes, I do have lucha masks on my bedhead. I've got this photo of my mate Henry and I out the front of the venue that I ran the show out last year. This year we're back at Cowra Civic Centre. Tickets are selling already, front row nearly full. Cowra Civic Centre, Saturday, October 31st. Tickets on sale now from the Cowra Civic Centre box office or website for Cowra's Fight for Emma. Cowra's annual pro wrestling show that fights tongue cancer for Emma with Cowra. Here we have some cool stuff for my, when I used to do volunteer work at Ability Network. They gave me that scarf and a few other manly items, and a Seagull supporter, because my workplace at the time, they're corrupt as anything. They wouldn't let me work like anywhere else, or even volunteer anywhere else, and they kind of put the kibosh on it. And luckily the Cowra office has gone under. Hopefully the whole organisation goes under eventually, and the people there get, like the good people there getting the care and that, get it elsewhere. You have the sacred parchment. And if some people in pro wrestling, some of the little dark corners of the wrestling scene here in Australia, knew that the links my family actually has to the organisation this is based on, they kind of wouldn't be giving me so much grief. Because, there could be repercussions. I'm only saying there could be, and not from me. Like our friends in high places. My Birdman, Phil Picasso DVD, a lot of my childhood stuff, my grandpa's books, comics. And, here we have lacerated toenails and fingernails, all put there for a joke for two people in the world who will get that apart from me. They may not even watch this, but hopefully they do. And just for those two individuals. And Jimmy's nails! We have Emma's old TV. Well, it was her family's TV, and she kind of just commandeered it when they got a new TV, and I did similar plenty of times with stuff at my parents' house. I still used to live there. the VCR, and I'll show you in the second video why that VCR is significant. Well, not the VCR itself, but something I'll play on it. I got some cool stuff here. My Xena sword from when I was 10. I was a huge Hercules and Xena mark. A lot of Emma stuff, like that Batman thing. I'm a waste management mark. Emma's family got me that garbage truck. There's a wood burning sign, a Wood Adams Comics sign from my comics company that I ran out of my bedroom growing up. Did that in Miss Length class at Mullion Public School. Never quite finished. I was a bit of a perfectionist. Did things really slowly. Not that you'd call that job perfect, but I was only 11, so what can you do? Yeah, so also we got these trading cards. Very famous wrestler who's a mate of mine, Brian Cannon, gave me these, and the signed ones elsewhere in a glass cabinet. They're very cool. Yeah, I'm a big wrestling magazine guy. Haven't been able to get them since the newsagents that sold them in Cara went under about 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, what I was going to show you, and you'll see in the second video, is this videotape here, the first videotape I ever owned of wrestling. Now I own thousands. But there'll be viewers of this who would never even watch the video or really know what one is, let alone DVDs and physical media, other physical media and the like. But yeah, that tape is Pro Wrestling Exposed, or Pro Wrestling's Greatest Secrets Exposed, and I do a bit of a film of me putting it into the player here and showing you guys. That was the first wrestling tape I ever owned. And my parents recorded it for me because I think they thought it would turn me off pro wrestling when I was 11, when I first discovered it. Because like when I first watched it when I was 10, they said I wasn't allowed to watch it for a bit after that because I was so keen, and I was like, how long's this been going on for? Why did no one tell me? And they knew that when I grew up, I'd want to pursue a career in it, and I did, and I still do. 22 years of pro wrestling and counting. I've been watching it since 99, doing it since 2004, running it since 2013. So my parents were kind of right. Although, and despite the physical and mental and financial damage it does, it's been a real positive. There's a few dark corners where there's dodgy people that like to cause trouble, but apart from that, it's been a positive. It's made me who I am, along with my hometown and my family and Emma's family and some of my best mates like Nick and a few others. And on a side note, this is one of my first wrestling items too. A very cool thing my mum got me. I think the bloke's name was Frank Steen. He used to run not Pitt Street Store, that was Pitt Street Pete. He used to run Comfort Street Store, since closed down, and Mum used to go up and get these lollipops out of this box, and they had these trading cards, and I still have them all. Most of them are in my bedroom at home, some are here, but yeah, lollipops with wrestling cards in them. And when they were not going to sell any more lollipops, the bloke, when he realised how much I liked wrestling, gave my mum this box, and it was like one of the nicest things ever, because I was not in the best state of mind at the time, having troubles going into puberty and that, and wasn't doing great in life, and this was a real highlight. Just a little thing like this wasn't a little thing, and I've still got it framed all these, like, literally decades later. One of my most prized possessions. As is that tape, and a lot of the other stuff I've got, like that garbage truck and the Xena sword, big Hercules and Xena mark when I was a kid, as I said. But yeah, a lot of people watching this will see things they've gifted me and the like over the years, and thank you for everyone who has. If it's not overly clear, I'm a fair bit of a hoarder and a collector. But yeah, I hope you guys like this little look into the world of James High Octane Lanham, and I hope you watch the next video where I show the Pro Wrestling Exposed tape here playing, recorded off Prime 7 back in late 1999. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for the rambling. I am pretty good with the written word. I'm not great with the spoken word since all the concussions I've had. I sometimes stumble over my words and that, so I do apologise. But I hope you liked it, and I hope I see, if you're in the area, see you guys at the cancer charity show I'm running later this year. Remember, Saturday, October 31st, Cara's Fight for Emma, live at Cara Civic Centre. Buy your tickets now from the Civic Centre website or box office. And I'll see you at the show.